What's up, everybody? It's your boys Gin and Juice, and just like that, JW has been timed out.
Well, okay, guess I'm his favorite now.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it made me feel good.
I think this is called abuse of power.
Yeah,
Don't let it get to your head.
it's already there.
I can tell.
It's already there. Ooh, buddy, how's it going?
Good.
Oh,
What is up, chat?
I just woke up from a nap. I
Oh,
was sleeping. Came home and accidentally fell asleep. It was one of those days.
mm-hmm.
Kevin laughing at it. I love it. What's up, yes? Jason, how are you? Chaz, what's going on? Woo-hoo. Let everybody trickle in.
Oh, we started the stream 69 seconds ago.
Do we?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it on YouTube.
Ooh. Your favorite number and your favorite site. All in one.
Exactly.
All in one.
I think we're going to have some issues on Facebook because I think they said that Facebook was having some difficulties. So sorry for anybody.
Facebook is out of commission at the moment. It's weird. Sometimes, like, all their issues, if this program, StreamYard, have always circled around Facebook. But it is what it is.
So Josh wants to know when that NT video is going to come up.
I don't
know. We're just never going to release it.
I don't know. You
we
know,
got the massive pull, and then we're going to put it behind a paywall like OnlyFans. So you have to pay like $49.99 in order to see the video. Gotta love those paywalls.
Right.
I think it'll be soon though, because it's a nice massive hit. So
yeah, we'll see. Maybe at 2:00 in the morning when no one's up. You know. Lootbox, y'all are great. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for the video. Right.
Just the one video. What was your favorite video, would you say, Michael? I kind of want to know what our memorable moments have been based on like what our viewers watched and enjoyed the most.
It's probably tough to say.
Oh, the one chip is probably up there.
I have no idea. Probably not the one chip because it's too new. I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see.
Well, Benedict Mathurin gonna go off this year, says Ryan.
He's already going off. He's already making moves. He's already dominating. So he did kind of get crossed a little bit by James Harden, which sucks because James Harden went to ASU.
Hey guys, it's okay. I mean, the NBA season's just started. There's been some injuries here and there, kind of worrisome, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Jason asks us, what do you guys think of the NBA or NFL season? NBA is off to a good start. NFL season, I'm super happy because the Eagles are undefeated. Yeah. And then Mac Jones, I don't know if anybody witnessed that yesterday. Mac Jones getting pulled in the second quarter for the backup, and the backup finished the game. They still lost, but that's never good to be a starting quarterback, and then all of a sudden you get pulled.
Well, his card value is going up. You know that the backup quarterback.
Oh yeah, and so and
going
Mac
from
Jones' cards go
like $2-4 to like $8, $9, $10, $13. I think some cards are. So I'm glad I moved those Mac Jones at the National.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mac Jones collectors kind of hurting at the moment, or investors. I don't know if they're. And collectors are fine because they're collecting, but investors, boy, oh boy, they are super frustrated.
That kid made out like a bandit, though. $100K for that card. It's not going to be worth $100K now.
Not even close.
Well, I think it got graded, right?
It did get graded. It got I think a BGS 9. I think they went for a 9. But yeah. It is not going to be $100,000 anymore good Lord, the value just, I don't remember the last time a quarterback that was so hyped. Then all of a sudden, a couple weeks into the season, week 6, week 7, or whatever it was, he gets pulled, and man, talk about that potential bust and disappointment there.
So that kind of makes you wonder. And then I guess, does this put that final question to rest? Was it Tom Brady? Was it Bill Belichick? Or was it or do you think it's a combination, a little bit of both?
That's why Tom Brady's the GOAT. You could be, so, you could, it doesn't matter how good you are at coaching, you need players to execute. So Bill Belichick is still really good at coaching. But if you don't have the right player in there, nothing works. So, I mean, it's plain as day, right? Look, he's able to pull out Mac Jones and pull in this Zabby or whatever his name is. And the guy's is doing the same exact numbers as Mac Jones did when Mac Jones started. So the system is there. The system is good, but the player in the system makes it all worthwhile. And
hey, JW's back. Awesome. I can
can't
see
teach talent.
Again. Can't teach
Facts.
talent.
Yep. Facts. Which
Brady's old, and then he's got his wife issues. So
Brady hasn't been looking like the GOAT lately, yeah, but he's got a bunch of personal shit, like Jen said, going off in his life at the moment. It's not a good thing.
And things like that really can wear you down mentally.
And it doesn't, well, hold on. It doesn't help either that Antonio Brown is being a jackass. Antonio Brown is literally putting a photo of him and Giselle hugging at the Super Bowl on T-shirts and selling it, saying he's trying to raise money for like deadbeat dads or something like that. And it's absolutely horrible.
What was the other quarterback? Was it Zach Wilson or
what do you mean?
The quarterback who made that comment about
Zach
Giselle?
Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, like a tweet or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. I don't know if someone confirmed that, but I think Zach Wilson basically like, "Hey Giselle, I'm here if you need it" or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Just kind of funny. But now that we got a bunch of people trickling in, we go ahead and get started. We basically wanted to talk about cards that are being sold in the sports card community. And, I'll start us off with a particular topic and conversation, a couple examples that I've seen. And then, we'll swing it over to Drew, and Drew's been seeing a couple of things on his end in some different areas. But mainly I wanted to start off with, I'm not necessarily going to call anybody out because I'm sure they're going to be watching this, and hopefully it's not just one person issue. It's more of a community issue.
Ooh, spill the tea.
And it's just when I'm searching through, say, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I'm noticing a lot of influencers or sports card people or individuals that are selling cards, and they're putting up, like, say you have 4 or 5 cards. There's like, I follow like 150 people that actually do this every single day, if not more. But they take a picture of a lot of cards and they put them up on their story, and they put 20,000, 10,000, 2,000, 14,000, whatever the numbers are. I'm making them up. And they put it up and they say, for sale, for trade, whatever. And then they're telling you they're being transparent about the price that they want. But when they actually, like, next slide, they'll have the same photos with the same prices, except one will say sold. But they're never transparent about what it's sold for. And I truly feel that this is a responsibility that people like you and myself should, take accountability for. And I think you and we always been transparent if we sell a card. And the reason why this is kind of grinding my gears a little bit is because the card is on one image saying it's 30 grand. The next image is saying the card is being sold, but we're not actually saying what the card was sold for or what the trade was or the deal was for that particular card.
So you're saying potential market manipulation, or just not really manipulating the market, but just kind of not clearly being transparent about the price and kind of like hyping up the price to be more than it is.
Right. Because 100%. Yeah, exactly. So like it just bothers me so much because a lot of the individuals on there, and this is more of the reason why I'm not calling anybody out is because it's more of a hobby thing that we all need to change. So maybe bringing it to light, maybe people start being more transparent. But they have these big cards that should be big cards, and they are literally pricing them out. They have, tens of thousands of followers, and the card values that they're putting out there are just setting a false expectation or false reality of what that card is. Because I guarantee you, especially with how fast these things are selling, there's no way you're making $20,000-$30,000 in sales just like that. Now, I'm not saying that deals like that don't happen on Instagram. Someone said Family Guy Peter's voice grinds my gears. Oh, that's so funny. I missed that little segment, right?
Yeah.
You
know what grinds my gears?
Yeah, right. But having the power and the let me know who. I agree. Lots of these false hope sales, dude. Sports card show.
Listen. When I put it,
you go on the internet and follow people, you will see it. I promise you will see it. But we got to start taking more onus as a community.
Well, I mean, we see it happen at card shows, right? It's like I put a price, let's say $2,000, and then someone's going to come up to me and say, okay, comps are 2,000. Will you take 15? There's like you negotiate back and forth. And there's rarely been a time. The only time I'd probably say was like selling that championship tag Steph Curry.
Yeah,
it was the only time I said. I talked to people what thought it was a fair price, said, hey, I think this is a fair price. And the guy said, yeah, you're right. That is a fair price. I'll do it. And then it was like, that was the only one time I think I've ever done a deal where it just was as quick as ding, ding, boom. Like, most of the time, you're negotiating, you're kind of like going back and forth on price. And, you're kind of debating whether it's worth it or not. And you don't just sell a card like super quick. Like, I mean, maybe some people do. Maybe, if you're, maybe we're not big enough yet. And, we don't make the big deals.
For sure. And there's no doubt in my mind. Here's the thing. You have a card, and I'm not going to say I'm not going to say the price yet because we haven't put out the video, but you have a card already that you shared with one person that someone already wants to buy the card off you.
Right.
So it happens. And let me give you guys an example.
But then we're going to still do that back and forth about price.
Sure.
I want this. They want that. And then we got to figure out a middle ground.
Oh, let me see if I can find this. But you remember when we were at Louisville Sports Card, you even brought it up. It was the Steph Curry tag. What was it in National Treasures?
Flawless.
Thank you. Flawless. I'm going to pull up the video because that's a good example of kind of what we're talking about in the sense of, there was a value in what you sold it for and everything else. But here, let me see.
Ooh, you're trying to find
I'm trying to find the video so people can see what the card we're talking about. Give me a second. It was when we were in Louisville, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. Everyone does it. It's kind of one of those right now accepted norms that maybe we should change the narrative a little bit.
Oh yeah, 100%. We should definitely change the narrative. There's just you guys. Everybody talks about transparency, but these card prices are absolutely getting ridiculous.
Well, it definitely helps segment into the next portion of it, which is kind of like, eBay and eBay sales and last sold, because a lot of people, base things off comps, and comps are going to be last sold. Mm-hmm. And so you look at these auctions and you can see like people, last sold 3,000, last sold 1,500, last sold, 8K. But what I've noticed and what has been brought to my attention is that a lot of the times, because the market is so down, there's been a lot of shill bidding. I mean, we can't really say, but it's like, if you just look at the bid history, you'll see guys who are not registered users making bids. You see people with zero feedback making bids. You see, like very low feedback people making bids. And that's not necessarily saying that all of these people aren't legitimate, because at some point everybody started, with zero feedback and had to work their way up. Okay,
yep.
So let's
so this is the card you were talking about. So it's coming up here.
Yeah, it was one of the encased cards.
You can't. I don't think you guys can hear it.
There you go.
So that card,
I even
right
forgot
there,
that it was autoed.
Yeah, this Steph Curry championship tag, 2 out of 2. We talked about pulling like a massive card, and we were speculating about price and so forth. Drew, how much did you sell this card for?
$20,000.
$20,000, legitimate sale. $20,000, and we talked about it a few times in like another video, and it was like a live, and I won't be able to find that clip, but I hope I'm going to start documenting some of these, because we do talk about some of these crazy prices that we got, and no one, like, people didn't believe that you could sell a card for 20 grand right around this time, and that card right there, 100% sold, not online but behind the scenes for $20,000. The Justin Herbert flawless RPA that I had. That the Justin Herbert flawless RPA that I had sold for a combined value of like $13,500 that I did at the National. I got cash, and I got a bunch of other cards with that again, sold and so forth. 20K, it's like a pallet of Weiss, right?
Sold that Herbert Shadow Box to Auto, but for a lot less, because I mean, obviously I'm selling it to a store who has to buy it and then still make some money off of it. So I think it was like 4 or 5K or 6K or something like that. I forget what it was, but it was a lot lower than what I was asking for, but obviously, and then I transferred that into that Game of Thrones card.
Yeah.
That I tenderized the great curator a little bit.
Yeah. You got a hell of a deal on that. But the point that I'm making is that there is plenty of cards out there that do sell for a tremendous amount of money. But if we're going to be so damn transparent as the hobby, and I feel like we are super transparent, you and I, but there's a lot of individuals that are around us, especially on the Instagram side, they only be transparent one way. They want to talk about the hype of the price and so forth. And there's a lot of these content creators out there that, feed off that and that do talk off that and talk about the hype and so forth and calling people out. But it's an overall community issue that needs to happen. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, I got a $12,000 card, I got a $5,000 card. But when they actually go to transact, they're so private about that information that it has to be a two-way street when it comes to a lot of these sales. There has to be a better way to understand that. And right now there's not. I don't know how that change is going to happen. The only thing that I know for a fact is that the way that we're going to get close to what we want is for those big time creators and those individuals that do have a following that are doing this become more transparent with their overall pricing and not just post that something sold. They have to, if you're going to post a card for sale for $20,000, that's why I love sales on eBay that are like legit, because you know what it actually sold for. Or that's why I like 130 point.
Right. Now you just got to kind of do that extra step of just looking at who the bidders were and what the actual bids were, because it might have ended at $3,000, and if there's no legitimate, well, I mean, it's hard to say if they're legitimate or not, but I mean, you can kind of see shill bidding happen, and then you could see that it actually might sell for like 16, and that just means that the market values that card at 16.
So this is a good question. After those sales, how much are you still invested in the hobby? So are you like talking about potentially with us being transparent with ourselves? Because like those, it's funny because like, and if you are, I'm just going to answer to how I'm reading it. What I think you're asking is like, how are we still invested? Or maybe it's a figurative question, but I'll take it as like how we still invested. Like any big, massive card that I've had, I've 100% put back into the channel. I have openly talked about me going on tangents where I spend like 130, 140K in like 30 days in just sports card product. There was a time close to the beginning of each year where I just spend, and we're opening up massive products and so forth. So I try to put as much as I possibly can back into the hobby in multiple different ways, because then, while we're also out and about, it also helps fund, interactions and things like that. So being invested after those sales in the hobby, I think like we try to do our best to continue to do that. And buying product at a large amount sometimes is not a good thing because we're buying those high prices. But I think at the same time too, we're still trying to keep the hobby, you know, going and keep putting a light on it in a positive way.
Well, moving those cards help you buy into the next stuff that we want to open and kind of reinvest it, like you said, back into what we do. I mean, you know, if we could just print money, we'd just keep everything. But I mean, at some point, you do have to let things go. And that's what I've been trying to do, you know, obviously kind of fine tune my collection a little bit more rather than hoard everything.
I think I learned that early on too, like fine tune that collection, like you said. I especially did it with a lot of things. Like, I mean, you saw how many cards I used to have, and now I'm focusing on like U of A players or players that a lot of people don't spend a lot of time on. Like I have an unlimited, like I have a crazy amount of Lori marketing autographs that I'm about to do like a little short video on, because I just opened up a box and I found like 10 more autographs just chilling.
Right, yeah, and then you have all your AI collection, your son's collections. I mean, so, you know.
Kiwi Car says, yo, Jen.
So what's up? And then I did see a comment, you know, a guy said that he had 0 experience and wanted to know where to get started.
Where is that at? Oh, here we go. Boom, this guy.
Yep.
Hey, Gin and Juice, I love the channel and watch all your episodes. If I have time, I appreciate that. I want to start collecting in the hobby myself, but I have 0 experience. What do you recommend I start doing first? Drew, take it away.
Well, I mean, I think it's simple. You always say collect who you like. So if you have a specific player or a team or, you know, whatever, just start there. Because obviously opening up product like we do is a huge gamble, and it can be a very big financial burden.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to open retail. I mean, although it's fun and inexpensive, you don't get the big chase, right? So you want to open hobby, but if hobby boxes are just so expensive and keep going to get more expensive, it kind of discourages you to spend, you know, $1,500, $1,200 and just get a bunch of, you know, cards that you don't like. So in the beginning, it's probably best to just look for the specific player you like and then start collecting from there, and then slowly get into maybe breaks if you don't have a gambling addiction, or, you know, try to opening up some products.
I echo what Drew's been talking about. Collect what you love. Find a player, learn about the hobby, understand the hobby. I found that collecting a particular player, you learn how their values are, you learn what sets they're in and so forth, and it really helps you hone your experience. I personally, if I was anybody in the hobby, I would never open wax after everything that we've been through and what we're doing. Obviously, we're trying to be entertainers and have fun and give you guys an outlet to, you know, hang out with. That's why we really, you don't see us talk about like sports card investing too much. I know we have these lives, but these lives are just a fun way to interact with you guys. And we like to talk about topics and so forth. But a lot of our content circles around, you know, what we're submitting to PSA, what are opening up and things like that. And we try to
how we
fun
rate products and, you know, give you our opinion. Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think there's a lot of people out there who talk about the investing side of things, so we just want to keep it light and fun.
Yeah. Are those laser downtowns less valuable than the regular downtown? No, the lasers are just to do the parallel for this year.
Do they have laser downtowns, or just lasers?
The new, well, it's just the new design of this year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good evening. Feed the gods. What's up, buddy? I'm looking at golden PWCC auctions. I think there are some Fugazi auctions trying to capitalize on the market. 3 of these items last few months. My Larry Smith U of A collection is worthless. Bear down. Yeah.
Well, I think on these golden and PWCCs, if you actually look, you might be able to get some super sick deals. Because I know Adam over at Collector has been scooping up some Pokemon deals, and they have been like 60 to 70% less than like they were
eBay
like a month
comps
ago. And yeah. So I mean,
it's pretty nuts. Yeah, check out PWCC auctions when they end. You could find some steals, fellas, ladies and gents.
Hey, maybe fellas, one time we can kind of look through and see again.
Maybe we'll go live auctions and then watch everybody bid us up. I go to buy a card and JW bids me up. I can see him doing something like that.
That's because you keep blocking him for 5 minutes.
Hey, buddy, look at this one. I'll come back to you real quick, 2K here. When juice fell off his wallet, he would break his leg tight. There it is. If I just fall in general, my little roly-poly hat. Anyway, hey, fellas, are you guys going to come to Toronto Card Expo? Toronto Card Expo. I don't know why I had trouble saying that, but maybe.
You just didn't like the word. You just didn't like the word expo.
Yeah, there we go. That's probably it. I'm having flashbacks. Would be big for the hobby over here. Hey,
we definitely want to schedule something out in Toronto because all of our collector buddies are out in Toronto, so it'd be good to visit there. And I heard Toronto's a nice city.
I want to go to Toronto. I want to visit all the world cities, and Toronto's on my list. So if I can go there for a card show, bada bing. Of course he does. But he just got it.
Yeah, I just showed off my rainbow, and then it's gonna get graded.
Well, Forkham U of A sucks. Okay, well there we go. We go like this, and we go like that.
Oh
no! I just blocked him, Jay. I'll unblock you. The power.
That would have made JW really mad because No. JW wants to be. JW wants to be the king of trolls, and then here you go. You got Jay now getting blocked, and then it's like,
look, JW is only getting timeout. JW is fantastic, even though he trolls. He's still a good person. Learned a lot about JW the other night.
Kiwi, if we can get tickets or whatever, we want to go see the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Oh hell yeah! And good thing Drew and I know a few people, so. We might have a couple things coming from there, so hopefully.
I need to get onto the paddock, like Ryan's little video where he got the walk past as Lewis Hamilton walked past. So I need that.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic if we can make that happen. All right, let me see here.
Also, as I was saying before, guys, remember when you look at auctions that have ended, especially in sports cards and stuff, just always double check to make sure that the bids aren't shill bidded, just because the way the downturn in the economy has been. That way you're not overpaying for a card that may not be worth the value that it sold for, just because it was shill bidded up.
So how would you identify some shill bidding?
Like I said, I think if you look for not registered user, like very low feedback, not necessarily that. Low feedback doesn't necessarily mean that person is a shill account or whatever. It could be just a new account and things like that. But it's always a cautionary tale when you see a bunch of bids from people who have zero feedback bidding for this card and just running the price up. And then you just look, and then I would probably just look for the bid that has like the most feedback. And then kind of use that as like the actual price that someone would be willing to pay.
There you go. There's a couple examples of like low feedback and potentially zero feedback customers and shill bidding. Like if you're looking at a listing and you look at all the auctions and it goes zero feedback, or maybe one or two, and it's very high. And the last person, say it's a $3,000 card, and the last person that bid it for $2,000, and they have like maybe 1,600, reviews. That's probably a good, decent enough price to probably see where that card could potentially lie, and should have ended at. That's an example.
Get more detail, like through I don't know if the app shows all of that, but I know. If you do it through your browser, you can see the percentages that person has bid on things.
This is true. You used to be able to see it. And then what happened was, I want to say like back during COVID times, especially for the Pokemon side of things, I think that was probably the last straw where people were like seeing people's bids and like people were harassing people and so forth and everything else. And yeah, I don't remember exactly when it happened, but I do remember you used to be able to see it, and all of a sudden they changed the rules.
And then there's also that issue, like if somebody wins, it shows up as sold, but then they'd never pay or whatever, and then it stays up there for a while before it gets taken down. So sometimes people can kind of make an auction, have their friends bid it up, it sells, the guy never pays, and then it just shows that the card sold for 3,000, and they try to use that as saying like that's the last sold was 3K.
Yeah, 100%.
So
what about the bidders who never place the winning bid?
that's been like me a couple times. I've been fighting for certain cards, and then at the last second they just outbid me just by a little bit. And
I have a new tactic that I do now, because I got a couple cards this week on eBay where I
just bid so high.
Well, I bid high. Like I just place a bid. Like, okay, I want to be here. There was a bunch of like LaMelo Balls ending, and I place a bid, and then obviously I could just do the watching, but I place a bid. I'm in the lead, and then like with 2 hours left, I get the notifications you've been outbid, and then it tells me, and then I wait till say 5 seconds left, and whatever the value is at there, I either try to do 20 or 30 bucks more than that. And then sometimes like I refresh the page and it goes like $400 more than what it's supposed to be. I'm like, what the hell? So I've been grabbing a few cards like that, but sometimes I've been getting my ass destroyed.
The Peter Porker still bugs me.
Hey man,
there's a sketch card. There's a sketch card that I wanted to get, but last second got outbid.
Just real quick, Anthony Gibson, this right here. Pure hype, in my opinion. He folded in last night's game. I'm telling you, I think both quarterbacks are not good. I voiced my opinion big time about Mac Jones before the season started, and all of last year I thought Mac Jones was insanely overhyped. Now he gets pulled for this guy. This guy's doing somewhat decent, but I mean, I just don't think those quarterbacks are going to be the answer for the Patriots in the long run. But you guys buy and collect and invest whoever you want to. But man, I'm not a fan of either.
Oh, Jason Harris says I'm working on my YouTube channel.
Nice. You see that?
It's one of the newer comments.
8:35. 8:35. All right, a little bit. Okay, let's see this. All right, now I'm back on my screen.
Ooh, next time I got to remember there are those scripts or bots you can do that watches a whole bunch of auctions that you're watching and then can snipe a final bid.
I hate those damn bots. If you're not in the grind, in the trenches, going after cards.
Nerve-wracking as the counter ticks down like 10, 9, and you're like, ooh.
The bots are just BS. eBay's good at blocking the bots now. So are like a lot of these other sites. But let's get back on track a little bit, talking about the pricing and so forth in the hobby. I know there's a couple of examples that you had on your end. If you want to bring those up, maybe you already talked about them.
Pricing?
Yeah.
Of products?
Sold product?
Oh, I mean, NT, soccer.
What?
What do you mean? I thought we were talking about product prices.
Sure. Let's talk about it.
Things are coming down. Select basketball. It's not going to be as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
$600 so far for a hobby box is what we're being quoted. I saw Card Collector too. Talk about it a little bit for, you could get Select basketball. He had on a story for $600. People are saying a month and a half ago, it'll probably be at $1,000, and now it's at $600.
I thought it was going to be 1,000, and then Polk was like, "No, it's probably going to be a lot less." And I was like, "Are we talking about the same price?" And he's like, "Yeah, these aren't going to be 2002 prices, or was it 2020 prices?"
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So things are coming down, leveling out, which is good.
Select basketball was $800 when I bought it. Now it's like $700. And it keeps going down.
Spectra Football, I think pre-orders were close to I think most people were trying to sell for 1,000, and then they actually came down because you bought some right for around like 800. But I think
that was my basketball though.
Was it Spectra? Yeah. Spectra Basketball. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Spectra Basketball started out at about probably I think pre-selling people were around 1,000. And then the day after they released, boom, price drops to about like 700 on eBay. So
yeah, and I think that a product will keep going down. I mean, a lot of products coming down right now. I have a feeling by the end of the year we're going to see some even more drops. Hopefully it's good enough for, a lot of people to start buying up, product and ripping again. But for the time being, it's definitely still needs to come down a little bit more. But for me, I'm kind of excited because then we can start getting like cases of product instead of buying ones or twosy boxes. And I freaking, especially with a lot of this, selected $600. I was buying select basketball last year at like $1,200 a box and getting destroyed.
Well, I know 1-in-1 is coming out, so you definitely want to get those for a good price.
Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to cost me though.
I'm hoping for under 1,000. That'd be nice.
I just remember.
What do we pay? Like $500 at the time?
$500 per box, and that was high. Well, you could have got them for a little bit less than that. We both paid what, 1,800?
18.
Yeah.
Because I know that they were on sale on Panini's website for 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they still that high?
I think so. But luckily, our card shop was able to give us a fairly good price on it.
Store trading cards.
Well, originally he had it at $2K, and then he kind of gave us a little bit of a discount on top of that.
Yeah, they're still $32.49 on Panini's website. Spectra basketball is still $9.29. Panini, this is what people are talking about, man. You like the product has dropped around everybody else, but you still have your prices at $3,200 or $1,000 for Spectra.
I want to see prices come down. I don't think we'll ever see prices like in the $200-$300 ranges on all products. I think some products may get there, but I would like to see everything come back down to more reasonable levels, because there's been a lot of products where our card shops like this hobby box should only be worth $600, but they're charging you like $1,500. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. When I was chasing my 96-97 Skybox autographs blue basketball set, finally found the Rod Strickland after 3 years of searching and paid $650 for it. After I paid and got it in my hand, 2 popped up for $400. Oof. But I mean, at least you got your collection. I know that sucks, but was it worth it at the time though? Did you feel like that satisfaction of, hey, this is that auto I needed, I was chasing, I got it, set complete? That makes a difference too. Noli with the 99-cent super chat. Thanks, Noel. The super sticker. I can't see the stickers on this platform, but I know it's there. Thank you, sir.
It's a winky face.
Ooh, a winky. I picked up all the Hockey Blasters boxes and packs. It was really fast. Great autographs on card subset. Hey, that's dope. Congrats. And do you ever see boxes coming down? Yeah, no. Like Andrew mentioned. Pricing ridiculous still. Parallels and single auto boxes for $800, $500. Still way too high. No value for the money in these products. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of individual cards that are going to get you the cost of that box nowadays. And it's just with the odds of you pulling a card that big, boxes are still going to come down in price. The Vlad Guerrero Jr. you pulled is pretty nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. Jin crushed it on that one.
Yep.
Ship my cards. Canadian save $100 so far. There you go. Should I take the risk in grading the job rookie patch from Prism? It looks really nice, but you never know with the thickness. I mean, is it the auto or just the patch? If it's just a patch, I would not, unless it's like a 101 or out of 5, but still, I mean, you don't have to. You got to remember those.
I figure it should be like a patch auto, I think.
If it's a patch auto, 100%, but you got to remember, if it's just a patch, those are not game worn, player worn. It's just a patch from a jersey. Oh yeah, like Noel said here, join the Discord. Make sure you guys check out the Discord. There's the link. Noel spammed it a few times now. I just got to it. I know I'm probably like 2-3 minutes behind. I don't understand why an instant on having a base card for $1,000 box of 7 cards.
Well, that keeps it $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Like in order to keep a box price like what they consider reasonable, you have to put in all of those vet autos. You have to put in a ton of base cards. You have to put in like players, and we've openly said it's like we do not know why this player's in this product.
Right.
Like, why is this person's auto a chase auto or like one of the autos in the checklist?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you just put all of the rookies, imagine how much more expensive that product would be.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If the product checklist, I complain about checklists being massive all the time, but in reality is if the product checklist was super small, they didn't have all these parallels and so forth, the value of these boxes would be 5x than what you're actually paying now. So that's kind of the way to look at it. Here we go. As a new collector, what was the price of things like National Treasures, Prism, Select, Mosaic prior to the pandemic? I mean, super cheap. I mean, when we started to open up before the pandemic in 2019, boxes and stuff like that, you can get like hobby boxes for like maybe $600-700 for a lot of these bigger ones. I know way back in the day, National Treasure was like $500. Prism was a couple $100. Select was like 150 to 200, and that was like years prior. But basketball and sports card collecting started to take off a little bit before the pandemic, but the pandemic made things like absolutely insane.
Yeah, see, JW said I paid $345 for my very first National Treasures box.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Back in the day.
I was the dummy who paid per bank sports card $1,000 for a 97, 98, 98, 99 Jordan Ultra Premium or Platinums. So 100 back in the day, crazy price for the time. It was like 2002 turned out well. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm caught up, but stopped on Jin talking about OnlyFans. Wait a minute. You wanna talk about OnlyFans? And make sure you guys check out Jin's feet page. JW subscribes. Noel subscribes. You guys could be there. Oh, speaking of which,
we're trying to get Juice to get on there.
Sex friend finder. .biz.
Yeah, I saw that.
Goodbye.
.biz.
Hopefully Noel already blocked him.
He did.
Gin and Juice, if you guys don't mind, write down your website to show you my cards sometime. That's okay. I mean, yeah, you could hit us up on join our Discord. You can post your cards there. Hit us up on social media. All the links are listed below. But yeah,
Colton's card says it's just a patch.
It's just a patch.
Then yeah, I wouldn't. It's not. I mean, you can grade it if you want to keep it in your PC, but I mean, value-wise, it's not anything that's gonna, increase its value.
What, in your opinion, is a low number card, number on card, or a low number sticker patch? Better, same number. Let's say 25. Any on card auto is better than a base sticker auto. Plain and simple. Now, hopefully the card's not jacked up, because typically when you get on card autos, you have a lot of more player damage. Yeah. Or people handling the card. But on card autos is going to be where it's at.
Number one for sure. Hopefully they start getting back into doing the on card autos.
Yeah, that would be phenomenal. Say when. What's up, y'all? What up? Hey, Alex on Facebook. Looks like Facebook's working again. Is it worth?
Nice. Is
it worth it to grade a Jalen Waddle National Treasures 4-color patch out of 49? Again, rookie patches are tough because they are never player or game worn. They're just a random patch. If it was a quarterback, I would probably say take the chance. But with it being Jalen Waddle, no disrespect to anybody collecting wide receivers, I just don't think your money's going to be there in the long run. I would put it in a nice protective bag and just leave it in your collection, in my opinion. I paid $345 for my very first box of National Treasures. JW. Holy smokes.
Shows his age.
Old as you know what. Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone is having a good day. What do you guys think will be the biggest surprise and value going up? Basketball. I believe it's going to be Trae Young, maybe. Ooh, That's a tough one. I think
I
Luka.
think it's for you. It's gonna be what, Benedict Mathurin.
Oh, buddy, I'm just gonna go. You talk. Okay, you not to go off on a little rant, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Benedict Mathurin is going to be my hit of the box, my chase for this entire upcoming year of basketball product that he is in.
It's not just because he went to the same school, right?
Oh, not only did he go to the University of Arizona, the greatest university in the entire state of Arizona and in the Pac-12.
Okay.
But he is phenomenal at basketball. Outside shot at winning the Rookie of the Year. I bet you he's going to be in the top 3. He just looks, he's an NBA ready player. The dude's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm going to go heavy after him, collecting a lot. Now, back to this particular question. I think all of Luka Doncic's cards around, like I get like he has a really high end stuff, but I don't think you've seen the ceiling because a lot of his cards have dropped. Like a lot of the parallels, a lot of the second, third year, 4 year. I think Luka Doncic cards in general, as a holistic cards in general, are going to go up. And I think that's going to be the guy, especially for the next 2 or 3 years. It'd be insane. Those days were awesome. I had the hot sauce on the feed pics. Oh my goodness. Hey, Juice, do you think Jalen Green is the next card that's going to go up? That's tough. The Rockets are just terrible. They got a lot of talent. I think in the next like 3 or 4 years, you're really going to see that and see what that team can actually do in the sense of the values of the cards. I still think Jalen Green's really raw. Comparing him to someone like a Cade Cunningham, you could tell Cade Cunningham is ready to go. He's averaging 20 points a game. He's a leader on his team. He could play point guard, shooting guard, you name it. It's tough, but that's my take on it. I think Jalen Green's a little bit too raw. I don't think he's really going to go up yet. I think you could still get a lot of his cards and then potentially look at it going up. What about a Joe Burrow out of 75 rookie? What set?
Yeah, he said XR.
Oh, what do you think on that?
I don't know. I'd have to see what they're selling for on eBay.
Is it just a patch again?
No, I think it's just the colored insert numbered out of 75.
I'm personally not a big fan of XR, but I mean, if there's value there, then you got it
Jon Snow.
You got it for cheap, and you know it's probably good to hold on to. But there's so many Joe Burrow rookie cards, it's ridiculous. I have a Kobe on-card auto. Well, sir, you are a very lucky man.
I do have a few Kobe on-card autos graded, so.
I'm so jealous of you right now. I'm just 13, so looking for some advice. No problem, buddy. No problem. Yo, with the $5 super chat. Oh, you asked it again when I'm trying to catch up, but I appreciate the $5. Appreciate it. Thank you. Jason Tatum. Oh, we'll get down there. I'm trying to get there, everybody. 2023 draft hockey. Know nothing about hockey, my friend. Know nothing about hockey. Is LaMelo Ball or Chase setting their redemption cards yet? I don't know yet.
I think Jamar Chase might have some because I've known one person who redeemed it and got theirs, but LaMelo, it's gonna be like pulling teeth.
Go ahead and read this pinned comment real quick for me, Andrew. Read it for me. Read it for me.
I don't know how to read. It's something I forgot. Lori Markenkon.
Lori Markenkon doing work right now.
Lowry McCarkan doing work.
Mike Lowry. Just curious, what do you guys do with common cards?
Eat them for breakfast.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Oh, we donate them.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you can't see them, but underneath those plastic bins are 2 big brown boxes that are filled with cards that I'm taking to Goodwill later on. What's up, Gin and Juice? How do you guys feel about Burrow and Mac long-term investment? Burrow, yes. Mac, no. Simple as that. Thoughts on Jason Tatum? Going to take over the league in a couple of years. Going to be a top 5 player.
He'll be good. He's already showing good signs.
Dude, JW must have the sexiest fucking collection in the world. I remember 03, 04 Exquisite Basketball was $500 a box at release, and everyone thought the world was ending. Buddy, and some of those cards in there. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Ooh, $400 or $500 for the cup. Are you ever going to get a cup box again? You're a little bit more taking a chance on the hockey side of things.
Oh yeah, I mean when it comes out, I mean I'll definitely buy some more of the cup. It's a very fun product to rip, and it's one of those nice high-end products. So
yeah,
it was fun.
Anyone a Trevor Lawrence collector? I got a PSA 9 black, red, a checker prism. There you go, pop 5, none higher. He seems to be playing well. I don't know about it in this chat, but I mean, you can always join the Discord, participate, chit chat, and so forth. We're doing giveaways, things like that, and you can also post your cards there for sale. And if anybody's ever interested, you can make deals happen. University of Arizona, not a state school. He should be starting. Who should be starting? Daniel Jacobs? Or not Daniel Jacobs, Daniel Jones? I know a Daniel Jacobs. What's up, guys? Bull is back, dude. I saw that stat line from the other night. He almost dropped like 18 points. Rebounding, assists, looks really good on the floor. I mean, I'm happy he's getting playing time. I finally gave up on my LaMelo Ball redemption from Select. Gonna get a white box. Hope I got something good from it. Well, I'm very positive.
I would not give up hope.
One, correct. Number one thing Drew said, don't give up hope. Two, what I was going to say is we're both pretty positive that Panini knows what's in the white boxes. And when they see that, they're going to give you a white box at what they think is equal value. And it's the auto is still worth waiting for. I'm telling you. Ooh, good luck though. Whatever you decide. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to pronounce this guy's names because he's gonna be all over the place. Victor Wembanyama. There we go. That's the best.
There you go.
Pretty close. Do you guys think Victor Topps Chrome with Fanatics is taking over? Dude, his cards are gonna be nuts. But he's gonna be here before Fanatics actually does anything. So Panini still have the rights. So you're probably going to see a lot of Panini product, but he is the next big insane hype. I will bet that the card market is going to take off around basketball and him getting drafted. I invested pretty big in Mobley. Think he will be a top 5 player in the NBA. Maybe
Mobley could be. Yeah.
Later on in life. I don't know. The NBA is really weird. The NBA is right now is all about shooting and handling a lot of one-on-one basketball, but from a guard perspective or a wing perspective. Big men typically don't do really well right now. So if Mobley doesn't develop a jump shot, I don't know. I don't watch too much Mobley. I'm assuming he doesn't shoot a lot of threes. But it's just going to be very difficult for him. I think he's a great defender, and that's really, really going to shine. But we'll see. I'm just sipping on gin and juice, says Snoop Dogg. Yes, sir. I just pulled a out of 5 Heat player select and on whatnot. Does Heat have any good players right now? I mean, who'd you pull? I mean, there's a couple, but who'd you pull and what year? How much do you think that LaMelo Ball RPA is worth? Which one? The 101? I think it's $1 million card, potentially. But I am extremely biased because I think LaMelo Ball is that person you should be collecting or investing in. Oh, Juice, Steve Kerr was a year behind me at U of A. Let's go. I had a better basketball rating or baseball rating than basketball. Really great guy. Said about his dad. Yeah, it was terrible about his dad. Nuts. We'll take a couple more here. Let's see where we're at. Uh-oh. Rush is out tonight. Dub Nation. Oh, man. Here we go. Lakers suck,
my
bro.
gosh.
Will T-Law be a top 5 or top 10 quarterback in 3 to 4 years? Go, Andrew. What do you think?
Maybe a top 10, maybe, depending. But 3 to 4 years, still too early to say for him to be top 10. So I'm going to say in the 3 to 4 years, no, but potentially by the end of his career, maybe.
There you go. Appreciate you, Gin and Jews. Love the videos.
Oh, Logan Paul.
Thank you, Logan. Really appreciate that.
Logan Parson.
Oh, dude, this is a great comment here. What's the rush? People are so trained to want to quick flip. They have no patience anymore. Dude, it's the society we live in. Where do I start? That's a tangent for another day.
Well, that was the problem. A lot of people got into the hobby during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, prices changed every few days.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's $100 on Monday, and by Wednesday, it's like $175. So people are expecting to see these giant jumps, these real quick price increases, and get their money. So they're all about the flipping, but it's not how it works.
Yeah. And not to go down a rabbit hole, but it all starts with this. It all starts with just getting everything you want so quickly that the younger generation, as they get more involved, the older generation has that patience, right? The younger generation doesn't, and the younger generation is more active on those social media platforms and so forth. So you're constantly seeing that. So, I mean, there's a lot into that, but that's a conversation from a different day. Is it Paulo Banchero? Thoughts on him? I think he's going to be phenomenal. He's already looked really good. Solid, good number 1 overall pick. He's the only person I'm afraid of for Benedict Mathurin. Him and Ivy, but it looks like Kate Cunningham's going to run that team. So those two, Benedict Mathurin and Paulo, are the front runners for the rookie of the year, in my opinion. Pistons Warriors are now playing, and it's on almost over an 81 and 90. What? I don't know what that meant.
I think score wise.
Maybe. All right, we'll take a couple more here. Oh, real quick. Who are your top rookies right now with the $2 super chat? Go ahead, Andrew. Any top rookies in basketball that you're collecting?
No.
No. Are you talking about this year's product or in the NBA right now with no cards being out? I guess that's more of the question. I was buying hundreds of 09, 10 Curry rookie cards. Wow. Loose packs for 50 cents. A package ship. Went to Australia in 2012. Best pull was a passing the torch dual auto out of 10. Del Curry and Steph Curry.
Wow.
That is dope. That is dope.
That's crazy.
Ooh, I don't know if that's disrespectful to Rudy Gobert or disrespectful to Evan Mobley. Probably disrespectful to Evan Mobley. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't see him being patient zero.
Zach, correct. I agree.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
You guys excited for the 2022 FIFA Prism boxes? I mean, if we could get it for the right price.
I already talked to Polk. He's giving us, there's a good price on it.
Okay.
I think.
Well,
based on like David Adams' price, I think they wanted 1,000. We'll be getting it for less than 1,000.
Music to my ears. Music to my ears.
And not just like $50 less either.
Juice watching the Sun game? Yeah, not just $50 less. I hope not. I've been watching a lot of the Suns games when I can catch them. The time difference really screws me over, which sucks. But I'm playing the Warriors tonight.
It's going to be a tough game.
Unfortunately, Chris Paul doesn't look like Chris Paul right now. His age is really showing. Devin Booker is dominating, but we have no bench. DeAndre Ayton needs to wake up and start playing like he went to the University of Arizona. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game for us. We potentially could get beat pretty bad. But I'm gonna try to remain positive after all that. Daniel Jones, I'll probably be biased on it.
Not gonna touch it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna touch it. He'd probably be the better person to ask because I absolutely hate the Giants, and I think Daniel Jones is a pile of trash. Well, there we go. T-Law will be a top 10 grocery bagger. Heard's going to be top 10, 100%. Maybe. All right, here we go. Jim L with the last one. You guys see that huge hit NT Soccer has dropped? One box on eBay just went for $1,700. And he still has them up for 32. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Earlier.
Yeah, we see Panini still has them for 32. We paid 18 for ours a piece. I opened up mine in a live stream and then check it out. But Drew, his box he opened up was phenomenal. Big video coming later this week. Also, if you guys have
or next week,
probably this week. Probably this week. All jokes aside, I'm probably gonna get that video up probably tomorrow. It's our Thursday's video. And then we got a Spectre break coming this weekend that we were part of that was really cool, done by Hitman Rips.
I saw he posted another one. I don't know if
I know I might be looking into it.
It was it's a little cheaper.
Just a little bit. But yeah, everybody, hey, we hit our hour mark. We typically go for an hour. I appreciate everyone that comes out to these and chit chats with us. If you guys
it's sold out.
Oh, damn it. If you guys have any topics or anything that you guys want us to discuss in the coming weeks, let us know. Also, down below of this video, you should find links to our Discord. If not, it's going to be on our About page on the YouTube channel. Also, there's links below to our social media accounts. Make sure you give us a follow. Jen over at Jen Collects and me over at Lootbox TV on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. But until next time, everybody, I hope you always have a good night. We'll be on next week to chit chat and take it easy. Deuces.